MCM coverage of MHS Sports is proudly presented by our silver sponsor, McNamara Financial. When it comes to your money and your financial affairs, let the McNamara family help you. There are 4 certified financial planner practitioners at McNamara Financial Services. For more information, call 781-834-2010 or visit us at McNamaraFinancial.com.
At this time, we ask that you all please rise from your heads and address the flag of our great nation for the playing of our national anthem. Tonight's national anthem will be performed by Marshfield.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Gillette Stadium for the Division II State Championship matchup between the 9-3 Marshfield Rams and the 12-0 Warriors from King Phillip. Will Nicholson with you with Marshfield Community Media here at Gillette Stadium, getting ready for kickoff. Like we said, Rams 9-3, King Phillip undefeated at 12-0. The last time the Rams played in a playoff game, they beat Catholic Memorial in a game that upset the entire state, 52-40. Tormas had 158 yards, 3 touchdowns for a 111.3 rating. Davin True ran for 160, 3 touchdowns, which at this point for Davin True is just one of his average games. Kid finds the end zone, you feel like, a couple times a half every single game. Leach had 13 tackles, a sack and a half, and the defense for the Rams forced 3 turnovers. The Warriors on Thanksgiving beat Barnstable, and then Franklin beat Barnstable in their playoff matchup 41-21, 341 yards of total offense, 206 of those were on the ground. And Barnstable put up 21, which is the most points that has been scored against a King Phillip team all year. Marshfield's last Super Bowl performance happened back in 2014 where they got a big win. First time they have traveled to Gillette since 2014. King Phillip lost last year to Catholic Memorial, and they haven't won one since 2017. King Phillip, no shy of playing a game at Gillette Stadium. Been here the past couple of years, unable to get over the hump of the Catholic Memorial Knights. This time around, they're facing the Rams from Marshfield. 2 amazing offenses are going to duke it out today. King Phillip has outscored their opponents 399-72. That's an average of 33.25 points per game, and their defense only allowed 6 points per game the entire year. The Marshfield offense, on the other end, averages 37.3 points per game and is all over the field at all times. They play with speed, they play with pace, and that's what we're going to get our first look at tonight as the Warriors are set and getting ready to kick off to the Marshfield Rams. And just like that, we are underway from the Division II Championship here at Gillette Stadium. It's going to be fielded by the Rams under that 20-yard line, makes a cut-up field to the 25, breaking tackles to the right, and he's got space down the right sideline. Another cut. It goes out of bounds right before the 50-yard line. And the Rams are already rolling the air. I believe that was Gio Joseph on a massive return. He's been electric all year. Took the opening kickoff to the house. It was actually Charlie Carroll, on the return. And he also has a kickoff return to the house. Bunch of dangerous Rams receivers out there. And like we said, on offense, they have been killing it all year, averaging 37 points per game. Defense also getting stops, 11 interceptions. Outscored opponents 448 to 270. The Rams had over the course of the year. So now we will get ready for the first offensive play. 1st and 10 for the Rams. 2 receivers to the left. Crowley, bottom of your screen at the right. He's going to get sent in motion. Take the handoff. It's Carroll. Carroll down the left sideline. Carroll breaking tackles and a pickup of about 5 for the Rams will bring up 2nd down. Charlie Carroll, an electric wide receiver for this team, has killed it all year. This whole team has just done so much this whole year on the offensive side of the ball. We hope to see them pick it up today. 2nd down and 10. Rams play with pace as they usually do. Moss is going to take the snap, look to throw deep. He's got Crowley just over his head. Pass intended for Brady Crowley at about the 30-yard line. Just sails it a little bit over his head. Bring up a 3rd down and 4, it looks like, for the Rams. 11:21 remaining in the first quarter. We are set up for a great match tonight. This is going to be the biggest challenge that this Rams team is going to face all year. Along with King Phillip, too. They've never seen an offense like this. 3rd and 4, hard count does not get King Phillip to jump. Rams will reset, look to the sideline for a play. If this is your first time watching a Marshfield Rams game, they play with pace the entire time. They almost never huddle up. The green hats on the side are giving them the play. There's a big 3rd down. Crowley goes in motion to the left. Moss takes the snap. Pressure's coming out to throw to the flat. It's caught. Crowley crossing the 30. Breaks 1 tackle to the 20. Crowley still on his feet. Down to the 10. And Marshfield picks up a 1st down off their big tight end. Brady Crowley goes to work, and the Rams are in the red zone at the 10-yard line. Marshfield going quick once again, wasting no time. Crowley in motion. That's Carroll going back and forth in motion. They're going to take the snap. It's Carroll to the outside. Makes a cut upfield, and then he's met by the Warriors' defensive line. Again, we mentioned how dominant this Warriors team has been on defense all year, only allowing 6 points per game, 5 shutouts. Is that what they've racked up throughout the season? So it's really when an unmovable force meets an unstoppable object, this Marshfield's offense and King Phillip defense. 2nd down and goal, motion man to the right. They're going to take the snap, play action, throw to Couples. Couples makes a cut to the 10. Couples on his feet, gets inside the 5, down to the 3-yard line. It'll be a 3rd and goal, a manageable 3rd and goal, that is, for the Marshfield Rams. Davin True, electric all year for this team. Broke the touchdown record, the single-season touchdown record for this team. 3rd down and goal, they're going to take the snap, hand off to True up the middle, and he's stopped by that King Phillip defensive line, going to lose about a yard. Bring up 4th down and goal. We'll see what the Rams decide to do. Will they bring Drossopoulos up in the field goal unit? Looks like the offense is going to stay on the field. 4th and goal. Handoff. It's play action. Moss has it to the end zone. Touchdown, Marshfield. Charlie Carroll finds the end zone. And the Rams draw blood first here in the Super Bowl. Charlie Carroll, the junior wide receiver, finds the pylon on the right side of that end zone. And Marshfield strikes early on their opening drive of the game. 9:46 remaining in the 4th. And Marshfield on a hot streak right now. 9 in a row until they lost to Duxbury on Thanksgiving was the record for the Rams. The offense has been on fire, and they continue early here. Bergameska, the man to hold at the 10. Snap is down. Drossopoulos' kick is up through the uprights and good. So early in the first quarter, 9:46 remaining. Your Marshfield Rams lead the Warriors from King Phillip 7-0. We'll be back.
MCM coverage of MHS Sports is proudly presented by our silver sponsor, McNamara Financial. When it comes to your money and your financial affairs, let the McNamara family help you. There are 4 certified financial planner practitioners at McNamara Financial Services. For more information, call 781-834-2010 or visit us at McNamaraFinancial.com.
Welcome back to Gillette Stadium. Charlie Carroll just caught a touchdown. Give the Rams the first lead of the night. First drive of the game, they find the end zone. They've done that a ton this year. And now Tommy Kelly's going to kick this one back off to the Warriors. It's fielded right above that 10-yard line, makes a cut up the middle and puts his head down, gets all the way to the 35-yard line, and the Marshfield defense will now take the field. Kings Phillip offense, we mentioned, no slouch between their offensive game, averaging 33.25 points per game. On the season, you have LaPente, the lead back for this team. He rushed for 1,240 yards, along with 12 touchdowns. McLeish had 1,171 yards, 17 touchdowns through the air. They have a great balance of run and pass between these teams. First down and 10, McLeish out of the gun, take the handoff to LaPlante. LaPlante makes a cut to the right side. He's got space, and the Rams are going to hit him just a little bit before that marker. First down marker crosses the 40, going to be about a 7-yard gain. Bring up second down and 2 or 3 for the Warrior. Looks like they do spot it at 3. And again, the pace has been different as you see Griffin Burrow coming in. Big defensive lineman. Warriors a little more traditional, huddle up, get everything set. Marshfield goes quick as they do all year. And pretty much since Chris Aruka has been a coach here, that's been the style. Second and 3, they hand it up the middle to the fullback. He's going to be just at that marker. Looks like the officials are going to spot him just a yard short. Bring up a third down and 1 at about midfield. Here the Marshfield crowd starting to get into it. The defense this year for the Rams has been good. Areas for improvement, obviously. They've allowed 22.5 points per game throughout the year. The big thing with the Rams is they get turnovers. 11 interceptions on the year, 4 of them coming from Giovanni Joseph, 2 of them taken for a pick 6. They have 27.5 sacks a year this year and have just been killing it. Third down and short for the Warriors. I formation, hand up to the fullback up the middle. Once again, he's going to fall forward for a first down. And King Phillip on their first drive of the game is going to move the chains. And again, Marshfield, this is probably going to be one of the best offenses they see all year. Maybe next to that Catholic Memorial team, who still dropped 40 on that team. A couple subs coming in and out. Looks like that is Burho coming back out and Sheehan coming out as well, bringing in Marangello and Kelly, some extra defensive backs for the Rams. First down and 10. Warriors just short of the 50-yard line here at Gillette by Pat the Patriot. First down and 10, handoff to LaPlante up the middle. He makes a big cut. LaPlante has the outside to the 40. He's got to be tracked all the way down and wrapped out of bounds right at that 25-yard line. And LaPlante might kill him on the ground. Remember, Barlow killed them last week on the ground at Duxbury. Ran for almost 300 yards by himself. So from the 24-yard line, the Warriors will take over first down and 10. Barlow was a big problem, as we mentioned last week, for the Rams. LaPlante has that same type of running style. Just a big dude, shifty as well, makes his cuts, and that's why he rushed for about 1,000+ yards this year. 17 touchdowns as well. Good balance between run and pass between this team. When they do go to the air, look for Campbell, 400 yards through the air. Big number 1 for this King Phillip team. First down and 10. They go to LaPlante back on the ground, and the Rams defensive line is right there to meet him. Falls forward for about a yard with forward progress. So we'll see where they spot it. Looks like they are going to give him just about a yard on that one. Bring up second down and 9. Rams defense, the big thing they've done all year is get those turnovers. Estrom has 10 sacks on the year. They have 7 forced fumbles. And this team has just been out of this world this entire year on defense. You never see a team that's usually pretty much always smaller than their opponent get that many turnovers. It's what has led to them winning games, is being able to get the ball back in their favor. Second down and 9 for the Warriors. LaPlante to the right of McLeish, who takes the snap, looking to throw, has time to throw across the middle. It's caught, and a first down is going to be picked up for the Warriors, who move the chain. That is David Holland, the senior wide receiver, making the catch. Another big receiver for this team that you got to look out for all year. Burrow's going to check back in. Looks like Marangello is going to come out, bring the big boys back in there for this first down, and 10 to go, but the down and distance is at about the 4-yard line. So big red zone opportunity right now for the Knights. Pistol formation in the I-4 Armstrong left. McLeish under center. He's going to take the snap to LaPlante up the middle, who puts down his head, gets a couple yards, gain of about 2, bring up a second down for the Rams. That Marshfield defensive line definitely talked about last week, how they had to stop the run game of LaPlante. Definitely a big piece you need to look for. And a little bit of subs coming in and out. For the Warriors, 2nd down and 8 is the official spot. 6:15 remaining here in the first quarter of action. Rams have a 7-point lead. King Phillip knocking on the door. It's McLeish under center once again. I formation. Take the snap, hand off to the fullback up the middle. Once again falling forward. Close to that first down marker. Looks like they have him just a yard short, so it will be 3rd down. I think that was Will Devine that had to come up and make the final tackle, along with Brady Boney, the linebacker, got him at the feet. This Rams defense is really got to make a play here. It would be a time to make it. 3rd down and 1. 2 yard to go. Campbell flexed out all the way wide to the right. They're going to go fullback up the middle once again, and he has enough yardage for a 1st down. To the 1-yard line, just a yard short of the painted turf for King Phillip, be able to punch it in. 1st and goal picked up for the Warriors. Rams defensive line had a similar situation to Catholic Memorial early in the game. In that Final Four matchup, were able to get the stop. King Phillip definitely a better team at running the ball. You gotta say. I mean, LaPlante on the ground. They also like to go to Estrino a lot. Estorino, excuse me, along with McGrath. They have a lot of guys in that backfield. 1st down and goal. Take the snap, handoff up the middle, diving to the goal line, and he's going to have a touchdown. No. We'll see what the spot is. Looks like he crossed the plane. They say no. A Rams defender came in, pulled him back. Will Devine once again on the tackle. Take a look at this once again. They go to LaPlante up the middle, and that was that big defensive line. Will Devine, actually, the safety coming up. Aruka mentioned he's not a traditional safety in the Ram report. Make sure to go check that out on Marshfield Community Media's YouTube. Mentioned that not a traditional safety is Will Devine. He's more like a nickel combo, as he's a big kid. Make stops like that. 2nd down and goal. Down to distance. LaPlante up the middle, and this time he has enough for a Warriors touchdown. Falls right through. And LaPlante is going to strike first for the Warriors. So check on that. We got a replay. That was actually Talon King. So they're moving a lot of backs today, which I haven't expected much from this team. Gets a big block from his fullback. That's Jack. Oh, actually, he had to change numbers, so we'll get the word on that in a little bit. But still, big touchdown for King Phillip. Nonetheless, extra point is going to be attempted. Kick is up through the uprights and good. 7-7. We are knotted up here. With 4:12 remaining in the first quarter, the Rams will get the ball back, and we will be back.
MCM coverage of MHS Sports is proudly presented by our silver sponsor, McNamara Financial. When it comes to your money and your financial affairs, let the McNamara family help you. There are 4 certified financial planner practitioners at McNamara Financial Services. For more information, call 781-834-2010 or visit us at McNamaraFinancial.com.
Welcome back to Gillette Stadium. The Warriors just punched in a touchdown to tie us up at 7 apiece. This one is going to go deep and returned by Carroll once again. Makes a cut up field, and he's going to be hit at that 25-yard line, and that's where the Rams are going to take over. Rams offense scoring with a Charlie Carroll touchdown. Mentioned a little bit earlier how dominant this Rams team has been all year on offense. Davin True, 23 touchdowns on the year and 98.2 rushing yards a game is what he averages. So a whole bunch of the Rams offense comes from number 6 in the backfield. Couples led them in yards with 758 total yards, 9 touchdowns, and Moss threw for 2,096 yards, 19 touchdowns, 566 of them were on his own legs, yards that is. Take the snap. Moss does throw over the middle, just over the head of Bergameska. Bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the Rams. It was a good set for the Rams early. They got to be thinking they're going to true. Rams say, no, we're going to try and throw a quick slant over the middle of Bergameska. Empty set once again. Moss back there by himself brings Brilliant into the game as well. Rams looking for a call on a 2nd down and 10. Back and forth in motion. They're going to throw to the motion man. It's caught. Makes a cut up the sideline close to that 1st down marker. Not quite going to get there. That was James Brilliant, who just came into the game. Bring up a 3rd down and short, I believe, for the Rams is where they're going to spot it. Great ball by Moss. Hit Brilliant right in the hands. And bring up a 3rd and short in the Rams' own territory. They've been known to go for this, but this is where we might see True on the ground. Take the snap. They go to True up the middle, who falls forward and breaks a couple of tackles. Going to have enough for a 1st down. And that's the first action we've seen of Davin True really all game. Rams going quick once again. They're going to respot it. Knocking on that 50-yard line, the Rams are. 1st down and 10, 3:20 remaining in the 1st. Moss has True behind him. Going to send Couples in motion to the left. Take the snap. Hand off to True up the middle, and the defensive line of the Warriors is right there to meet him. Another great stop for that defensive unit for the Warriors. Sean King on the tackle. Name that you'll definitely hear all day. 2nd down and 9. They gave True about a yard. Couples comes in motion to the right. They're going to take the snap, look to throw. Moss has pressure, able to get out of it. Moss still on his feet, and he's going to fall forward, almost gets sacked, gets a little bit of it back. I think he's going to lose maybe half a yard. He's at around the same spot. We'll call it no game toward Moss. The junior quarterback doing a great job to dodge pressure, and whistles being blown. And it looks like a timeout was taken. Yep, so timeout on the field, 7-7, 2:22 remaining in the 1st quarter, and we will be back.
MCM coverage of MHS Sports is proudly presented by our silver sponsor, McNamara Financial. When it comes to your money and your financial affairs, let the McNamara family help you. There are 4 certified financial planner practitioners at McNamara Financial Services. For more information, call 781-834-2010 or visit us at McNamaraFinancial.com.
Welcome back, everyone. End of the 1st quarter here, 2:22 remaining. Rams with a big 3rd down and 8 coming up. Moss is going to send Couples in motion to the right. He's got True behind him a little bit to the left. Moss takes the snap, and it's blown dead immediately. It's a false start against the Rams, so they're going to back him up 5 more, turn into 3rd and long, becomes a 3rd and longer now. Have to back him up. We're going to try and see who jumped on this one. I believe that it is big number 62, Tommy Bongelati, who jumped. Bring up a 3rd and long for the Rams. Couples in motion to the right once again. Moss is going to take the snap. Time winds out. He has to run, throw a deep ball all the way down the sideline. He's picked off. And the Warriors get the first turnover of the game. That one was intended for Bergameska. And a big play by this Warriors defensive unit. It's David Constantine on the interception. And the Warriors are going to take over, get the first turnover of the game. King Phillip defense has been electric all year. Nicastro has 6 interceptions just by himself. It was Constantine that time to pick it off. And the Rams defense will try and go back on the field and get their first stop of the game. King Phillip scored on their first drive. 1st down and 10 for the Warriors. Handoff up the middle. breaking a couple of tackles and picks up about 5 on the carry. And the Rams defensive line is there to meet him. We're down to a minute 50 remaining in the first quarter. Electric first quarter, I must say. That was LaPlante on the carry once again. So from the 26, they're going to say he picked up 4, bring up a 2nd and 6. Warriors probably have a couple plays left here in their arsenal in the first quarter before we take our first quarter break. 2nd down and 6. 2 receivers to the left with the tight end, 1 to the right. LaPlante is to the left of McLeish. He's going to take the snap, hand off to LaPlante up the middle, and the Rams defensive line needs him for only a gain of about 2 or 3. Bring up a 3rd down and about 3 for the Warriors. LaPlante once again the ball carrier. They give Nate Russell the credit on the tackle. Russell along with Burrow, McAlpine, Ekstrom, that big defensive line for the Rams, phenomenal all year. See if they can get another stop here on a big 3rd down, 3rd and 3. Plant is going to be lined up as the back once again, I believe. 2 receivers to the right, McLeish as the quarterback. Take the snap, almost lose it, handoff up the middle, and the Rams defensive line is right there to get him. What a play. It was Devine that came up and made the tackle once again, along with Leach and there, Marangello in on the action. And we've seen that a couple of times now for the Rams. They go to LaPlante up the middle, and Tommy Kelly and Molander in there on the tackle. Whole bunch of Rams in there. Couldn't even see who made the first contact. I believe it was Kelly who might have made the first hit and blitz the gap. We have another timeout that's going to be taken here as a 4th down and 4 is coming up for the Warriors of King Phillip. We'll be back here on Marshfield Community Media.
MCM coverage of MHS Sports is proudly presented by our silver sponsor, McNamara Financial. When it comes to your money and your financial affairs, let the McNamara family help you. There are 4 certified financial planner practitioners at McNamara Financial Services. For more information, call 781-834-2010 or visit us at McNamaraFinancial.com.
Welcome back to Gillette Stadium. The Warriors punting unit is taking the field on this 4th down and 4. Joseph and Brilliant back to return the punt. It was a great stop by the Rams defensive unit on a big 3rd down. And in King Phillip's own territory to his side, they're going to have to punt this one away. Fun fact about this King Phillip team, it's also the punter and the quarterback are both Tommy McLeish. So no matter what, he's pretty much taking snaps for this team on special teams, on offense. Do you expect from a lot of these regional and public schools, a lot of guys doing a lot of things? I think for Marshfield, True was also the punter for a while, and I think they switched it to Leach. Just a fun thing you see from teams like this. A lot of guys doing a lot of different stuff as we're still waiting for signal we're ready to play. I believe we're going to get it in a second here. Brilliant and Joseph back at that 40-yard line. Whistles are blown. McLeish takes the snap. He's going to punt this one away. Doesn't quite get his foot under it. It's going to go to Joseph and takes a roll, and I think it hit off of a King Phillip player. Maybe they're going to spot it right at that 40-yard line. It'll be Marshfield ball and 1st down. Last Rams drive ended on a 3rd and long where Mash was trying to air one out to Bergameska. Was picked off by the Warriors. That was number 3 Constantine, and really, you got to call that an arm punt right there by Tor Mash. Just getting that ball down there no matter what. They were probably going to punt that ball away no matter what. Doesn't look great for the stat sheet, but just trying to give this guy a chance on a go ball down the field. And that's where the Rams like to throw their deep balls a lot. Right up the seam, you'll see Crowley do it a bunch. See very few up the sideline. Big plays for the Rams. A lot of it happens with strikes through the middle. Definitely something KP is looking at. 1st down and 10. Brilliant in motion. They're going to hand off to True up the middle, and True is hit in the backfield for a tackle for loss. Not something you see too oftenly for this team. True almost never gets hit in the backfield. That was Sanchez Doss on the tackle for the Warriors. Bring up 2nd down and 12, a 2-yard loss for the Rams. Going quick once again, even receiver set. Man in motion to the left, the flag is blown, and I believe that's another false start. Yeah, false start coming against the Rams. We're going to back them up 5 more. We're going to be 2nd down and 17. And Coach Aruka not happy. It's his offensive line, once again, I believe that jumped a little bit early. Fun thing we have here at Gillette is that we have the replay board on the beautiful new scoreboard here at Gillette Stadium. So we're going to get a little bit of replay action. At least I'll see it here. 2nd down and 17 for the Rams. Moss is going to take the snap. Pressure's coming. He's going to throw it deep to the outside to Bergameska. Just outside of his reach. Fall incomplete. Constantine on the coverage once again for the Warriors. Bring up a 3rd and 17 for the Rams. And right on cue, as I mentioned, the Rams don't take a lot of sideline shots. This time they do to Reed Bergameska. A little too far on that ball, unable to haul it in. Bring a 3rd and long up for the Rams. Crowley comes in motion to the left. Moss is going to take the snap, look to throw. He's going to check it down to True, who just makes the catch after a bobble. It's going to be out of bounds. Not enough for a 1st down. A decent pickup for the Rams. It's going to make it about a 4th down and 6, we'll call it. We'll see if Aruka decides to go for this. Right now he's keeping the offense on the field, and now he's going to make the switch. The spot actually ended up being just a little bit shorter, about a 4th and 7, so he's going to choose to punt this one away. And Daventry almost didn't catch that ball. I'll tell you what, he bobbled it a little bit. Just able to get out of bounds. I think the Warriors wanted it incomplete. Officials say no, he held on to that one. So now Leach is going to punt this one away. Big 4th down and 7. Returners for the Warriors back at the 30-yard line. I think that's Marangelo going in motion to the right. Snap is good. Pretty good kick from Leach. It's going to roll down to about the 20. Joseph lets it roll, gets inside the 20. And that's where the Warriors offense will take over after Joseph spots it down. 10:44 remaining in the 2nd quarter. Marshfield offense getting ready to take the field. Luke Leary out there at corner. Another big piece of this team, big coverage guy. Another young guy for this team as well. A lot of young players on this Rams team. Aside from you got Devine and Joseph. Or at least Joseph. And then for that defensive line, you have a whole bunch of seniors with Russell, McAlpine, Burho, a whole bunch of pieces out there. But it's still a very young team for the Rams. And I think they got to be fired up. Playing at Gillette, it's been a great game so far today. A lot of back and forth. 1st down and 10. McLeish under center. He's going to take the snap, play action, look to throw, and it is caught by his receiver, who's going to fall down for about a 6-yard gain for the Warriors. That was Daniel Severia on the reception, the senior tight end. We give him a 2nd down and 4 from the 26-yard line is the official spot. They're going under center with McLeish once again. Receiver flex all the way out to the wide right, but they hand it off to LaPlante up the middle. And the ball came loose. The ball came loose. Marshfield thinks they have it, and they do. Marshfield gets a turnover. It looks like Tommy Kelly came in to poke it out. They go to LaPlante on the ground, and Leach is actually the man that strips it out on the tackle. It's bobbled a bunch. Molander's the man who falls on it as we look at the replay. Alex Molander gets a turnover. And Marshfield will turn over with great field position for King Phillip. In King Phillip territory, 10:01 remaining in the 2nd quarter, in the Rams offense, after a tough 3-and-out with penalties, now have a fresh 1st and 10 inside of the 25-yard line of King Phillip. First down and 10, they go tight. They're going to hand this one off. He makes a cut up the field, and he lost the ball as well. And the Rams give it right back to the Warriors. That was Bergameska on the carry. He coughs that one up, and the defense is going to go right back onto the field. Check that. Carroll was the man on the carry, and that ball just gets poked loose. Once again, Daniel Silveria. Tight end made the catch on the opening play of the drive. Turn it over, makes the play on defense, and just like that, the Warriors have the ball right back. 2 turnovers back to back. And we can hear from up here, Coach Aruka not too happy on the mental mistakes from his offense so far after a really clean first drive. First down and 10 for King Phillip in that I formation once again. McLeish, play action, time winding down. He's going to roll out to the right, throw this one to the sideline, and just has to throw that one away. Pressure from Sheehan and Ekstrom was coming in on that defensive line. Bring up a second down and 10. Sheehan also had a monster of a game last week versus Duxbury. A couple big stops on Barlow. Wasn't enough. Rams still ended up losing by 3 in that Thanksgiving Day game. 9:46 remaining in the second quarter. Warriors will break the huddle. Looks like they're going to stay under center. That strong formation. Silveria going in motion to the left. McLeish under center. He's going to pitch it to LaPlante, who tries to cut upfield, breaks a couple tackles. Finds a hole with a little bit of daylight. Big pickup. Going to get about maybe 5 or 6 on that one. Looks like they are going to give him 6. Bring up a third down and 4 for the Warriors. And that KP crowd is starting to really get into it. They've been smelling blood in the water in the Super Bowl for a while. Haven't taken one home since 2017. Marshfield hasn't gotten one since 2014. King Phillip the past couple of years been to the Super Bowl here at Gillette Stadium, unable to win versus those Catholic Memorial teams. So a big third down here with momentum on the side of King Phillip. McLeish under center. They're going to toss to LaPlante up the middle, and he's breaking tackles. First down and a lot more. Crosses that 45-yard line to the 47, and a first down is picked up. And LaPlante on his feet once again. Hard guy to bring down. It's eventually a cornerback for the Rams that has to bring him down. Going to take the big unit of Burrow and Sheehan out. They're going to bring back in a lot of DBs on this first down play. 8:28 remaining in the second quarter. First and 10 for the Warriors. They're going to go in the gun once again. 2 receivers to the left with 1 in the slot, and the other one is to the right, bottom of the screen. McLeish takes the snap. He has all day, throw a curl to the outside. It is caught and going to be close to a first down. I think his foot out of bounds is going to spot him just short. We'll see where they spot it. It's right at the line. That was Silveria once again on the reception. He does pick up a first down. They give him the spot. 1 play, 1 first down, and Silveria been a big part of this team so far. Tight end, D-tackle, doing it all for this team. First and 10 right at that 43-yard line for the Warriors. They're going in the shotgun once again. 3 receivers to the left. Back to the left of McLeish. He takes the snap, handoff up the middle, bounces it to the right outside, breaking tackles, and a big hit laid down by LaPlante on Divine. Lowers his shoulder while going out of bounds, going to pick up, nope, not pick up that first down, just a yard short. Still a big, hard run from LaPlante. Knocks over Divine. Bring up a second down and 1. A little bit of a personnel change. Looks like LaPlante is running to the sideline after that big run. Marshfield bringing in an extra DB once again. McLeish under center. Second down and 1. Takes the snap, handoff up the middle. Big gap opens up, and he's wrapped up at his feet after crossing that 30-yard line. Another big run by KP. There's King on the carry, picks up a first down. Talon King, that is number 28. Backing up LaPlante, and now LaPlante's going to come back into the game. So 7-yard gain on that run, bring up a first down for the Warriors, who are starting to put together a really good drive that after the turnover started from about their own 25-yard line. Man comes in motion. They're going to pitch it to him to the outside. He makes a cut. Going to pick up a couple. I believe that was Constantine once again on the run. It was. So Constantine doing a lot for this team. This time on the ground. Going to pick up about 5. Bring up a second down and 5 for the Warriors. Personnel change. They're going to take out the DBs once again. Bring Sheehan and Burrow back into the game. Under 7 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. 7-7 is your score. A little bit of low scoring, consider how many points these teams have scored all year. They go up the middle on some fullback action. Still falling forward, stays on his feet. And another moderate pickup for the Warriors. Chains got a little messy here for a second. They're going to pick up a first down. Ball spotted at the 14-yard line. Personnel changing in and out. For these teams, a big run up the middle, able to pick up a first down. Warriors going to go under center once again with McLeish, LaPlante back in there at back. Silveria in motion to the right. They're going to take the snap handoff to LaPlante up the middle, and LaPlante falls forward for a couple of yards. Or excuse me, that was Talon King on the carry. They're switching up the running back a lot today. Definitely not something they've done in the past. It's been a lot of LaPlante for a lot of the game previously. They're going to pick up about 6, bring up a second down and 4. This King is going to stay in the game. .545 remaining in the half. Second down and 5. They're going to go big formation once again. McLeish takes the snap. Play action. He's going to roll out to the right. Throw to the end zone. Touchdown, King Phillip. They beat Giovanni Joseph. And the Warriors respond back after a turnover. They're going to punch that one in for a touchdown. I believe that was the tight end Silveria once again. He got the turnover. He started the drive with it, and now he's going to punch in the touchdown. Little discussion happening on the field right now. There's a flag on the play, is what we're assuming as they're huddling up. I didn't see a flag come in, but the officials are talking. And looks like they're going to pick it up, wave the flag off, and the touchdown is going to stand. So King Phillip takes their first lead of the game as they're running on to attempt the extra point. Snap is down. Extra point almost got blocked by someone coming off that left side. It's through the uprights and good. So 14-7 is your score with 5:28 remaining in the half, and we will be back for the rest of the coverage here on Marshfield Community Media.
MCM coverage of MHS Sports is proudly presented by our silver sponsor, McNamara Financial. When it comes to your money and your financial affairs, let the McNamara family help you. There are 4 certified financial planner practitioners at McNamara Financial Services. For more information, call 781-834-2010 or visit us at McNamaraFinancial.com.
Welcome back to Gillette Stadium. The Rams trail by a touchdown with 5:28 remaining in the first quarter of, or the first half of action, excuse me. Warriors kicking this one back off. Joseph is going to be the man to return it. He's going to make a cut to the right side. Now reverses field to the left. Breaks one tackle. Joseph still on his feet. Cuts it all the way up to the 35-yard line. Looks like they're going to spot him right at that 35. That's where the Rams are going to take over on offense. Marshfield just turned the ball over in the red zone on their last drive, and you heard Coach Ruka not happy with that one at all. Can't have turnovers versus this King Phillip team, especially cannot have turnovers in the red zone. King Phillip last year was the team that knocked the Rams out of the playoffs as well. So these teams met last year. King Phillip got the best of them, but now the Rams meeting them in the Super Bowl. Two teams that definitely have some history going against each other historically, and even last year a lot of these juniors when they were sophomores were on that team that played. First down and 10, they're going to go to True up the middle. He follows his blockers, puts his head down. He's going to get a sizable pickup. Considering he got hit pretty early, pickup of about 4. Looks like they're going to spot it. So they're going to give him 3 on that one. So second down and 7 coming up for the Rams. Going quickly once again. They're staying in this tight formation. Couples comes in motion to the right. They're going to hand it off. No, it's Moss by himself. He's going to fake the handoff, runs up the middle, and Tor Moss with a first down picked up for the Rams, who are starting to roll now. Mentioned earlier, this Rams team definitely no slouch when it comes to the quarterback running game. Moss has 566 on the ground. Going quickly once again. Moss airs this one out deep. Carroll! Oh, he didn't catch it. Hit off the hands of Charlie Carroll. He had him open, just unable to reel that one in, bring up a second down and 10 for the Rams. And Carroll had the receivers beat by a mile, just goes right through his hands. That was Schmitz on the carry, the junior for the Warriors. I believe we're going to have a timeout on the field. 4:53 remaining. Warriors lead the Rams 14-7. We'll be back. Welcome back to Gillette Stadium. Rams trying to put together a drive down by a touchdown and come towards the end of the half as well. 4:53 remaining. Second down and 10. Moss sends couples back and forth in motion. Moss decides to keep it himself, breaks a couple of tackles. Moss still on his feet, breaking tackles all the way, and he's going to pick up what looks like a first down. And Tor Moss, the quarterback, once again, we mentioned he likes to do it on his legs. And this time around, he breaks tackles. And I mean, in an offense where you have a 6'4" quarterback with a rocket of an arm that can run the ball, good things are going to happen. First down and 10. Moss up the middle by himself once again. Moss breaks tackles up the middle, diving to the goal line. They're going to spot him just short at the 1-yard line. Tor Moss, the junior quarterback, doing it on his legs this drive. And once again, he's breaking tackles from defensive linemen, getting all the way to the goal line. Bring up a first down and goal for the Rams. True comes in motion. They're going to hand it off up the middle, and he has a touchdown. Marshfield, Charlie Carroll gets his second of the day. His first one came through the air. This one comes from on the ground, and the Rams, bearing an extra point, are going to tie us up at 17. And this was a great play call here from the whole offensive staff and Coach Aruka. They sent True out in motion, who teams you know are keyed in on for the touchdowns that he's scored this year. Opens up Carroll to shoot the gap behind the left side of the offensive line. And Marshfield bounces back with 4:13 remaining in the half. Snap is good. Kelly's kick through the uprights and is good. 4:13 remaining. The Rams tie us up 14-14 all, and we'll be back for the end of the half.
MCM coverage of MHS Sports is proudly presented by our silver sponsor, McNamara Financial. When it comes to your money and your financial affairs, let the McNamara family help you. There are 4 certified financial planner practitioners at McNamara Financial Services. For more information, call 781-834-2010 or visit us at McNamaraFinancial.com.
Welcome back to Gillette Stadium. Charlie Carroll punched in his second touchdown of the day. And Kelly's going to kick this one back off. Goes a little bit short. Return by King Phillip. Oh, he's got space, and he's breaking a couple of tackles. Gets close to that 45-yard line, and a great return for the Warriors. Still a lot of time on the clock. 4:07 remaining. We're knotted up 14-all. As this offense is getting ready. I believe that was also LaPlante on the return for the Warriors. So he's a Swiss Army knife, do it all. Charlie Carroll on that last drive. Punched in a touchdown on the ground. He got one through the air earlier. Same type of spot. He really loves that left pylon to be able to punch touchdowns in. One of the many, many massive offensive weapons this Ram team has. And now they have to do it on defense. 1st down and 10 for the Warriors. McLeish under center. Handoff to LaPlante up the middle. And the Rams defensive line is going to meet him, but he's going to push forward for a couple of extra, about a 2-yard gain. Bring up a 2nd down and 8. Rams defensive line, Sheehan Russell in there. Tommy Kelly once again, the corner coming up to help make the plays. And the Rams got to know that this King Phillip Warrior team love to just ground and pound the entire game. Really in-your-face, smash-mouth type of football. They like to go to LaPlante up the middle. They like to bring Talon King in there as well, who I think is coming into the game right now. The check on the number for that, McLeish. Talking to his head coach. He's going to break the huddle. Vizakis, the offensive coordinator for the Warriors. Brian Lee, the head coach, calling a great game so far. 2nd down, McLeish is going to roll out, throw a ball to the flat, which is caught, and a 1st down is picked up by the Warriors. That was number 10, Holland, on the reception. And King Phillip is going to move the chains. It's going to stop the clock with 3:08 remaining. Great play design once again. McAlpine came with the pressure. Throw it right out to Holland. Joseph and Leach unable to get out there, and a 1st down picked up right at that 1st down marker. And a great game plan once again. You go run all game. Those play actions are going to work like that with McLeish rolling out. 1st down and 10. McLeish in the shotgun. 2 receivers to his right. Back to his left. McLeish takes the snap. He's looking to throw. He has time. He's going to air this one out deep. And it's caught. And another King Phillip touchdown is going to be scored. It's Holland once again with the reception. David Holland right up the middle, right up those seams. He's able to score a touchdown, and King Phillip regains the lead in under a minute. 20-14 your score. What a ball from McLeish. Put it right on him. It was Marangello on the coverage. He couldn't quite get there. Couldn't stay with the big receiver, Holland. And another big play for King Phillip gives them the lead. Snap is good. Kick is through the uprights. Almost got a piece of it. They don't. It's good. 21-17 is your score with 3 minutes on the dot remaining. And we'll be back for the rest of the coverage here on Marshfield Community Media.
MCM coverage of MHS Sports is proudly presented by our silver sponsor, McNamara Financial. When it comes to your money and your financial affairs, let the McNamara family help you. There are 4 certified financial planner practitioners at McNamara Financial Services. For more information, call 781-834-2010 or visit us at McNamaraFinancial.com.
Welcome back to Gillette Stadium. 3 minutes remaining in the half. The Warriors in under a minute just regain the lead. And they're getting set to kick this one back off. 21-14 is the score. Excuse me for that correction, as Couples tries to field this one, but he fell right down. In high school, once you're down, you're down. Doesn't matter. You don't need to be touched. So the Rams are going to take over on offense. Looks like they're going to spot him just short of that 25-yard line at the 23. And the Rams offense looking to punch it into the end zone once again. They really found their groove on that last drive. Going to Moss on the ground. As the Rams are huddling up right now. Might hear a little bit of crowd reaction from the big scoreboard here. Definitely a cool game here to be at as someone who grew up in New England, being a Patriots fan, and getting to see a lot of kids who my younger brothers were friends with get to play on Gillette. It's definitely a cool sight to see. Rams offense is going to take over, first down and 10. True is in the backfield. Carroll comes in motion from left to right. Now they're going to throw it to Carroll, who makes the catch, tries to get upfield, throws a stiff arm. And he's only going to get maybe a yard on that one. They might spot him at no gain. Charlie Carroll been the big gamer so far today for the Rams. They are going to say he got maybe half a yard on that one. Still second down and 10. Rams going with a heavier set formation once again. Extra receiver actually coming in for the Rams. Empty backfield. Coming in motion. Moss play action throw over the middle, and it is dropped by Nick Couples. Been all-reliable for them all year. Unable to haul that one in. Led the team in total yards with 758. 9 touchdowns on the year. Unable to haul that one in. Bring up a third down and 10 for the Rams. They're going to take out Crowley, bring in True, and bring out extra receiver as well. It's brilliant checking into the game. Along with Carroll, Couples, Bergameska. I think that's Richardson in there. They're going to take the snap. Moss is looking to throw, has to step up in the pocket, almost falls down. Moss is going to throw, almost picked off by 2 receivers from King Phillip. Intended for Couples is going to fall incomplete. Moss almost got picked off for the second time today. Be a 3-and-out for the Rams, where they're going to have to send out the punting unit. Almost picked off by a couple of guys there for King Phillip. First guy to get to it was Nicastro. Most interceptions on the team. He has 6 on the year. Almost able to get that one as well. Kilroy also on the coverage for the Warriors. 4th down and 10. Leach back to punt. Almost goes over his head. Makes the snap. And someone almost gets there to block it. It's going to take a bounce roll across the 50. And going to get right to that 46 or 47-yard line. Spot it down with 2:30 remaining in the half. Rams trail by a touchdown. And the defense is going to try to stop this King Phillip offense once again. It was Marangello who led up a touchdown to Holland. And that side of the coverage has been a little spotty all year for the Rams. Been one of their weaker zones, a little safety miscommunication. They've had Devine come in and out. They've had to move Kelly back there a few times, where he's traditionally been a corner. They've had him play back there. And being up in the press box, you got to hear all these guys love Marangello on the team, but the coaches sure do ream him out a lot. See if he can bounce back, make a couple of plays. He's back in there at safety. 1st down and 10. For the Warriors, they're going to go in a shotgun formation. McLeish in at quarterback. Take the snap. Handoff up the middle to LaPlante, who breaks tackles, cuts it upfield, enough for a 1st down. And LaPlante on the ground is really giving this team a spark. 1st down picked up. .2:15 remaining in the half. The Warriors just brought this one into Marshfield territory at that 42-yard line. And Marshall had mentioned they struggled with Barlow last week of Duxbury. They're struggling right now with LaPlante in the backfield. 1st down and 10. Take the snap. Hand off to LaPlante. Bounces it to the left outside. He has space, and then he's eventually cut down by Rams defenders after a pickup. It's about 4 or 5. Bring up a 2nd down. Looks like they are going to give them about 4. Bring up a 2nd down and 6. LaPlante just bounced this one to the outside. Joseph had to come up and make the tackle. A couple missed tackles from those nickel corners from Marshfield. Bring up a 2nd down. The Rams really need to stop here. We're under 2 minutes remaining. 1:47 on the clock, which is stopped. McLeish in the shotgun, back to his right. He's going to take the snap. Pressure's coming. He's going to roll out to the left, and he's going to throw this one right out of bounds. Great pressure from Marshfield to get the stop, bring up a 3rd down and 6. And a great job from McLeish as well, able to avoid that pressure. Bounce it out to the left side and just throw that ball away. Check on the replay here who got the pressure. It's like it was Devine coming in on that, or Russell, excuse me, on that second bit. I think Boney dove at his legs at first. 3rd down and 6 for the Warriors. Whistles are blown and a timeout will be taken, I believe, by the Rams. So with 1:41 remaining, Rams trail by a touchdown. King Phillip trying to get some points on the board before the half, and we will be back here at MCM.
MCM coverage of MHS Sports is proudly presented by our silver sponsor, McNamara Financial. When it comes to your money and your financial affairs, let the McNamara family help you. There are 4 certified financial planner practitioners at McNamara Financial Services. For more information, call 781-834-2010 or visit us at McNamaraFinancial.com.
Welcome back to Gillette Stadium. 1:41 remaining in the half. Big 3rd down and 6 coming up for the Warriors. McLeish empty set, 3 receivers to the right. He takes a snap, pressure's coming, steps up in the pocket, and they get him! Marshfield finally gets home. Charlie Leach gets a sack, and the Rams are going to force a 4th down and 10. We'll see what the call is by Brian Lee if he wants to go for it. Bring his punting unit out. A timeout is taken. Yes, a timeout is taken. In fact, Leach with a big play on that secondary. Really plays, once again, he plays corner, but he really likes to go in for those blitzes. He goes right up the middle, and he's able to get a big sack on McLeish. Great pressure from the Rams all around. McLeish had nowhere to go with that ball. We're going to keep you here on MCM. A quick timeout just to stop the time, and we'll see what the decision is from head coach Brian Lee of King Phillip. What Aruka is going to decide to do with 1:35 remaining and down a touchdown. Again, both these teams, first time in the Super Bowl for the Rams since 2014, where they won it. King Phillip been in the Super Bowl a few times the last couple of years, losing to Catholic Memorial. Haven't won it since 2017, back in those 16 to 17 years where they won it back-to-back. Have been to the big game before, the big dance, have not been able to capitalize, and they really feel like this is their first shot. But this Rams offense, something they haven't seen really all year. As the offense is trot back onto the field, looks like the Warriors are going to go for it. They actually spotted on the yard back. 4th and 11, McLeish in the shotgun. Hard count. Okay, now he's going to go back to punt. So this is a trick formation. Oh, it goes over his head. It goes over McLeish's head. He's going to have to try and punt this one away, and he just gets it off, and he actually gets a great punt on that one. Joseph decides to return it. He's going to cross the 25-yard line to about the 27. What is happening right now between these teams? We see that a lot. Those gimmick formations. McLeish came out. It looked like they're going to go for it. Mentioned earlier in the broadcast, he's also the punter for this team. It goes over his head, so he tries to snap it. And there was a little bit of extracurricular after between quarterback and those defensive linemen of Marshfield. So nonetheless, with 1:22, the Rams are going to take over. Surprised that Marshfield decided to field that ball. Surprised that McLeish was able to even get a punt off at all. 1st down and 10 for the Rams. Moss takes the snap, looking to throw. He's going to throw a screen to True. True has blockers out in front. He loses the ball. And we'll see what the call is. If they say that that's a fumble, I believe that is the call. They say it was a pass going backwards, or that True was not able to hold onto it and fumble. And clock is going to run, so under a minute. Taking a look at the replay for you right here. So definitely, oh, that's close. That's really close to being an incomplete pass. True just able to fall on that one as well. 2nd and long, Moss takes the snap, throw deep over the middle. Crowley almost climbs the ladder to make the catch. Falls incomplete, bring up a 3rd and long for the Rams. 46 seconds remaining on the clock. Astorino on the coverage for the Warriors, intended for Crowley. 3rd down and long for the Rams. Crowley's going to come out. They're going to bring out that extra receiver Brilliant, which they've done all year. And the Rams really just don't want to turn the ball over here. Get some yardage to be able to punt this ball away. Obviously, you'd love a 1st down, but with 46 seconds, and they do get someone to jump off sides of King Phillip. No, they say the Rams are the ones who jump first. That's the third penalty on the Marshfield offense today. All have come on the offensive line. They're going to back them up 5. We'll replay third down. Big third and long for the Rams, looking to get out of their own territory. Moss takes the snap, looking to throw over the middle just through the hands of his intended receiver. That was Charlie Carroll. Unable to hit him. Bring up a 4th down and long for the Rams. They're going to have to punt this one away with 42 seconds remaining in the half. And Leach is going to be the man to punt this one away. Yeah, looking at it, Mass tried to force that ball into triple coverage, and Carroll unable to come down with it. Bring up a 4th down for this Marshfield Rams team. Leach getting set to punt it away. Good snap this time around. Leach gets a pretty good boot on it. Fair catch called for at the 50. And that's where the Warriors are going to take over with 36 seconds remaining. We're about that 50-yard line. This is Campbell on the fair catch for the Warriors. Another big receiver for this team. It's been all Holland and Silveria. So Campbell's getting that wide receiver 1 treatment, probably getting shadowed by safeties. Don't want him blowing the lid off the defense. And you hear crowds starting to get into it right now between both teams. 2 phenomenal fan sections here today so far. Both teams, you definitely tell they travel very, very well. Stands are packed here at Gillette for the fan section. 1st down and 10. Going to go under center once again. 1st and 10 from the 50. McLeish takes the snap. He's looking to throw to the outside. He tried to come back for the ball. They say no. Falls incomplete. That was Bongiolotti on the coverage. It was intended for Campbell, who we just mentioned. Looks like this ball just got a little bit away from McLeish. Tried to throw it to the outside, and yeah, hit the ground. Oh, that's close. That might have actually been a catch the more that I look on that at the replay. Very close call. Rams might have gotten away with one there. And just saw the reaction. I don't know if you saw it from up here. McLeish just kind of shook his head and said, whatever. What are you going to do? Officials call it incomplete. Bongiolotti on the coverage. LaPlante still in the game out running back. 28 seconds remaining. 2nd down and 10. LaPlante is going to switch sides to the right of McLeish now. McLeish takes the snap from the shotgun, looks to throw, has all day, throw across the middle, and it is caught by his intended receiver. And he's going to have a 1st down, which is going to stop the clock momentarily. 20 seconds on the clock. And they have to go quick. Whistles are blown, so they're trying to get the spot. Clock still not running. Now it is down to 18. McLeish takes the snap, looking to throw to the outside. It's caught and then tackled immediately by Tommy Kelly. That was Constantine on the reception for the Warriors. They got to go quick. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. They might not be able to get a snap off. They try and spike it. Looking for the official signal. What are they saying? So they say put a second back on the clock. McLeish got the spike off in time. We're going to have one final play before the half. So one more play will happen as long as there's no penalties, defensive penalties, that is, on the Marshfield side. 21-14 your score. McLeish is talking to his coach right now about what they're going to call. Marshfield putting 3 guys all the way back deep. Leary even backed all the way up at that corner spot. Marshfield does not want to give up the big play on that last one. Great tackle by Tommy Kelly, able to keep the clock moving, and 1st down wasn't picked up. So you can't stop time for the Chains. 3rd and long, last play of the half for the Warriors. They're going to take the snap. McLeish looking to throw. Pressure's coming from McAlpine. John McAlpine is going to get in there for a sack in the Super Bowl. And he is fired up right now. And that'll end the half for the Rams. John McAlpine gets home on McLeish. And at the end of the first half, the Warriors lead the Rams 21-14. And we will be back for the second half of coverage here on Marshfield Community Media.
MCM coverage of MHS Sports is proudly presented by our silver sponsor, McNamara Financial. When it comes to your money and your financial affairs, let the McNamara family help you. There are 4 certified financial planner practitioners at McNamara Financial Services. For more information, call 781-834-2010 or visit us at McNamaraFinancial.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Gillette Stadium, where Darude Sandstorm is raining down on Gillette, and the Rams are down a touchdown, 21-14 your score at the end of the first half. King Phillip will return and be on offense to start the second half of action. In the first half, King Phillip able to put together 210 yards of offense, Marshfield 142. 92 of those yards for King Phillip coming through the air. It was Carroll to punch in both of the touchdowns. It was Holland and Silveria to score the other 2 for King Phillip. We're getting ready to kick off the second half action for you on Marshfield Community Media. Will Nicholson joining you for the play-by-play. Both Sean Leary and Ivana Osborne on the camera. Great staff here at MCM. Happy to bring you this coverage of the Division II Super Bowl. Kelly is going to boot this one deep. It's going to be returned by King Phillip at about the 25-yard line. Makes a cut, and the Rams are able to cut him down right before that 30-yard line. And the Warriors will take over on offense. So that was, they say Nate Russell on the tackle. We have a lot of extra numbers here. I believe that was Jake D'Antoni, another young guy coming in to make a play. You see from the reaction of the crowd, he's fired up being able to play in the Super Bowl. A lot of young guys here today. I believe we still have 5 freshmen on the roster for Marshfield too. Their season ended, but a couple guys still strapped up the pads and staying with the team this far in. First down and 10, McLeish, handoff to LaPlante, who bounces it to the left outside, makes a cut, and then is eventually tackled after a big gain. Will Devine coming in to make the play along with Leach. Bring up a second down and 2 for the Warriors, gain of 8 for LaPlante. Change up personnel a little bit. Again, second and 2 offense looked really good for King Phillip in the first half. LaPlante rushed 12 times for 73 yards. Really doing a lot of work on the ground are the Warriors. Second down, play action. McLeish throws deep. He's got a man wide open who makes the catch. Silveria, the tight end, to the 40, and is going to fall forward for a couple of extra. And that has been their bread and butter all day for King Phillip. The play action with LaPlante. You see the strong formation, gets Marshfield to bite. It's Silveria wide open on that reception. Going to pick up a first down. Silveria, another guy who had a massive receiving first half. 3 catches for 23 yards and a touchdown. And the Warriors are starting to move here early, trying to extend their lead. About a minute and a half down here in the third quarter of action. First and 10 for the Warriors. LaPlante still in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to him. He bounces it to the right side, breaks another tackle, dives for that first down marker. He's going to be close to it. And LaPlante continues to kill them on the ground. His long in the first half was 29 yards. He does a great job bouncing this one outside, breaks the tackle from Kelly, and I think that was Marangello and Molander who had to come in and clean up, bring up a second down and 1. They spot him just short of that first down marker. McLeish with a handoff up the middle, running for a first down and more, and the Warriors continue to move here on offense on the opening drive. That one was Talon King. And a first down picked up. Warriors going hurry up out of the I formation once again. Take the snap, handoff once again to King, who finds a gap up the middle, stays on his feet, and the Warriors answer with their first drive of the second half leads to a King touchdown. And the Rams now down by 2 scores here in the second half. King, another massive rusher. He had 40 yards in the first half on 6 carries, and with LaPlante on the bench for a couple plays, able to break a tackle there from Leach. Devine and Joseph can't get to him. And the Warriors answer back. Extra point through the uprights and good. 9:44 remaining in the third quarter. The Rams trail the Warriors 28-14. We will be back.
MCM coverage of MHS Sports is proudly presented by our silver sponsor, McNamara Financial. When it comes to your money and your financial affairs, let the McNamara family help you. There are 4 certified financial planner practitioners at McNamara Financial Services. For more information, call 781-834-2010 or visit us at McNamaraFinancial.com.
Welcome back, everyone, at Gillette Stadium. The Warriors just punched in a touchdown. Rams are going to try and respond on offense. That's going to be fielded, making cuts upfield, and really going to get nowhere as he's tackled. He didn't even fall to the ground, Carroll did, but they say his forward progress was stopped, so the Rams are going to take over. Pretty deep in their own territory. First drive of the second half. Rams offense clicked early. Carroll has both of the touchdowns, one on the ground, one through the air. And they scored on their opening drive of the game from that point on. Struggled a little bit on offense, and then they had a big drive led by Tormas by his legs. In fact, the quarterback able to get upfield, and they were able to punch in a Carroll run on that one. From there, offense has been a little stagnant for the Rams. Looking to see if they can come up big in the second half, as they're down 2 scores right now. 9:37 remaining. First down and 10. Crowley in motion to the right. Take the snap, play action. Moss keeps it. He's going to throw it to Crowley on the action. Crowley cuts upfield. He's going to have a first down before he falls down. About a 15-yard gain there from Brady Crowley. And that's a great first play to start the half. Little play action. Crowley gets into open space. Able to pick up a first down. Whistles being blown, and do we have another flag that just came in? Another false start comes against Marshfield after a big play. Really shooting themselves in the foot right now after a big catch from Crowley. Going to be backed up. 5 more, so we'll do a 1st and 15 now for the Rams. From the 37. And a change coming here, bringing in a couple different receivers. Crowley is going to come out. Couple different pieces for the Rams. Looks like they took, it was True out as well. Moss empty backfield. Sends Brilliant in motion to the left. Take the snap. Throw to Brilliant in motion. Brilliant gets upfield. He's going to get to where the first down marker was, and a little bit more clock continues to run. Great play design for the Rams. Bring up a second down. Medium about here, about 5 or 6. I think that was Cole Summers that came in for a second too. Great blocks being laid down. Second down and 6 for the Rams. Empty backfield once again. 3 receivers to the right. 1 is Crowley. 2 to the left. Moss takes the snap. He's going to throw it to Brilliant. Brilliant makes the catch. He's got blockers. Oh, unable to make the block. Brady Crowley is not able to get that first down. And a big hit laid down by King Phillip will bring a 3rd and short up for the Rams. Could have been a big play for Marshfield, even though it was still a great catch. If Crowley's able to make this block on one of the corners, could be a way bigger gain, but just unable to get there. 3rd and 1, hard count gets no one for the Rams. Oh, a little trickery. They go up the middle, and they're going to have, it looks like enough for a first down. We'll see what the call is. Official might have a little bit short. They look to the sideline like the play wasn't right. And I think that was Crowley that just went right under center to try and push for the first down. They're going to mark him inches short. So 4th and inches for the Rams. True in the backfield. Moss is going to go under center. Moss up the middle, and he didn't get it. King Phillip on a 4th and short are going to stop the quarterback sneak from Moss. Unable to pick up the first down, and Marshfield's going to turn the ball over. We'll see. Wait, we got some talking now. They do say King Phillip ball, Aruka's not happy. He thought his guy had the spot, and looking from up here, it actually is close. That's a really, really tough call to make. Pessioni on the tackle, and that's really close. That's a close spot. From where it was, looked like Moss might have had it. They say no. And if you're Marshall, that's a tough spot to try and get. So King Phillip will now take over from the 49-yard line. First and 10 for the Warriors. I formation, McLeish, play action, looking to throw, deep over the middle, he's got a man open, and he made the catch. A big play for King Phillip, it's Campbell. And what a play for him. That's Campbell's first catch of the game. We mentioned he's one of the best receivers for this team. And this time he gets a one-on-one. McLeish lets it rip down the left sideline. Joseph a little bit slow, and what a grab by Campbell. First down picked up for the Warriors. One play. It's about a 40-yard gain for him on that one. First and 10, I formation once again. Take the snap, handoff to LaPlante up the middle. Pick up of a couple, tackled by the Rams, bring up a second down. Boney, Molander, and Kelly in on the tackle for the Rams. And this KP offense really starting to move right now. Great field position after the fourth down. Failed attempt by the Rams. Second down and 6 for the Warriors. I formation once again. LaPlante is the back. McLeish under center. He's going to take the snap, hand off to LaPlante up the middle, and the Rams defensive line stuffs him right there. I think they say LaPlante might have fell down for about a yard. But the Ram defensive line there with a big stop, bring a third down and about, looks like they're going to give it 5. 5 or 6. And if you're the Rams, you really need to stop here on defense. You're already down 2 scores. You need to get the ball back and really start converting. A little bit earlier when the Rams first came down to the side, you may have heard Coach Aruka yelling at his offensive line saying, enough with the offsides. We can't have any more of that. If we're going to win this football game, we got to be clean. Third down and 6 for the Warriors. McLeish is going to be in the gun, switching sides of his receivers. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. One of the ones in the left comes to motion. McLeish takes the snap. He throws to the end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown, King Phillip. Silverio with his second touchdown of the day. And King Phillip is starting to roll here in the second half of action with 5:19 remaining. Silverio with his second touchdown of the day. And what a play by King Phillip, able to really extend their lead. Snap is down, extra point is up, through the uprights and good. 5:19 remaining in the third quarter. Marshfield has dug themselves a hole. 35-14 your score. We'll be back.
MCM coverage of MHS Sports is proudly presented by our silver sponsor, McNamara Financial. When it comes to your money and your financial affairs, let the McNamara family help you. There are 4 certified financial planner practitioners at McNamara Financial Services. For more information, call 781-834-2010 or visit us at McNamaraFinancial.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Gillette Stadium here on Marshfield Community Media. Rams down by 3 touchdowns now, trying to get back into this one. Silveria scored a touchdown. They're going to kick this one back off. Wanted the bounce out of bounds. They're not going to get it. It's going to be fielded to about the 30. And the Rams offense will take the field once again. It was Nick Couples on the return for the Rams. 5:14 remaining in the third quarter. 35-14 your score. First and 10 for the Rams in the first half. Carroll had 4 rushes, 7 yards. The rushing for the Rams wasn't that great. 85 yards on the ground. Tormas did a majority of it. One thing you never see, Davin True only with 10 yards in the first half. And that feels like what has been the difference here for the Rams. He's averages 98.2 yards per game on the ground. So far, only 10 in the first half. First down and 10. Moss sends the receiver in motion to the right. Now Couples goes in motion, take the snap. They're going to go to True up the middle, who breaks a couple of tackles, tries to get upfield, and King Phillip's going to slam him to the ground. Only about a gain of maybe 1 or 2 for Davin True. Bring up second down. That's definitely been the difference here for the Rams. Unable to really get Davin True going. The leading rusher for the Rams right now is Tor Moss. Whistles are blown, and a timeout is going to be taken. 4:48 remaining. Rams trail 35-14 versus King Phillip. We'll be back.
MCM coverage of MHS Sports is proudly presented by our silver sponsor, McNamara Financial. When it comes to your money and your financial affairs, let the McNamara family help you. There are 4 certified financial planner practitioners at McNamara Financial Services. For more information, call 781-834-2010 or visit us at McNamaraFinancial.com.
Welcome back to Gillette Stadium. 4:48 remaining. Rams trail the Warriors 35-14. Moss empty backfield on a second down and 8. Take the snap. They're going to hand it off to Ram man in motion. He's going to fall forward for a couple yards and make this a little bit more manageable. That's Charlie Carroll on the carry for the Rams. Carroll been an explosive weapon so far. 2 touchdowns on the day. 3rd and 4, Rams going quick. Whistle is blown, and another false start against the Rams. From what went from a 3rd and manageable is now going to be about a 3rd and 9. And that's a really tough break for Marshfield. 4:26 remaining. True is going to come out. Brilliant's going to come in to get that extra wide receiver out there for the Rams. We're going to have to try and go through the air, get this ball over the sticks. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Moss, empty backfield. 3rd and 9, and someone on the Rams jumped again. And these are killing the Marshfield offense right now. These penalties, the Rams, that offensive line that's been so reliable all year, so good at those hard counts. So now a 3rd and even longer for the Rams. Moss takes the snap, pump fake to the corner, throw deep. He's got Carroll, it's over his head. Bring up a 4th down and long for Marshfield. He's going to have to punt this ball back to KP. And the offsides for Marshfield are killing them right now. After Aruka just said on the side, we got to stop going offsides. They're killing the drives. Really, really tough break for Marshfield. So 4th and long, they're going to get set to punt this one away. Oh, bad snap. Leach able to handle it. Going to boot this one up. Fair catch called at about the 45 and handled by King Phillip. So that's where they're going to take over. Marshfield defense taking the field. 3:44 remaining. 35-14 your score in favor of KP. And this Rams unit really needs to kind of get it together here. A lot of mental mistakes. Guys getting open down the sideline for defense. False starts on the offense. And from what was probably the best game played all year against that Catholic Memorial team, Rams have fallen off here a little bit. First down and 10 for the Warriors. McLeish under center once again. They're going heavy set. Only 2 receivers. 1 comes in motion. That's Campbell. McLeish takes the snap. Going to hand it off to LaPlante up the middle, who keeps going on his feet. He got hit right at the line of scrimmage. Keeps his feet moving. He's going to pick up about 8, bring up a 2nd down, and about 2 for the Warriors. What a run by LaPlante right up the gut. He gets hit right at the line of scrimmage and just keeps his legs moving, able to pick up a lot of extra yards. 2nd down. Marshfield in the interior run game has struggled a little bit towards the end of the season. Seeing these teams who are a lot bigger than them up front, able to run the ball very efficiently. It's hurt the Rams a little bit. 2nd down and 8, I formation once again. LaPlante is the running back. McLeish under center. Teamers to the left are going to take the snap, hand to LaPlante up the middle. He's got first down yardage by a lot. And KP will pick up a first down, keep the drive moving, and move the chains. 2:40 remaining in the game. Boney and Russell in there on the tackle. Quick check on that. That was actually King on the carry. So from the 43-yard line, the Warriors will have a first down and 10. Clock still moving here down to 2:20 left in the third. Campbell in motion to the right. I formation once again. McLeish hands off to King up the middle. And the Rams this time are going to finish the play. Only a gain of about 2 there for King. Bring up a 2nd down for the Warriors. Ram defense trying to get alive. Right here in the first half, they gave up 210 total yards. 118 of those on the ground, 92 through the air. King Phillip picked up 12 first downs in the first half. Only went 3 of 6 on their 3rd down conversions, but Marshfield 2 of 7. And the turnovers have feel like they've killed the Rams so far this game. The penalties, all the mental stuff that usually don't see too often from this Marshfield team, hurting them right now. 2nd down and 8, I formation once again. 2 receivers to the left. McLeish is going to hand it off to LaPlante up the middle. Still keeps his feet moving, and it's going to be wrapped up. Another little short gain for LaPlante. Bring up a 3rd down for the Warriors, and I try and run down the clock here, up 3 scores. We saw Duxbury do this against Marshfield last week on Thanksgiving. 3rd and 5 coming up for the Rams. Looks like they're going to pull Marangello and put Sheehan back in. 3rd and 5. Under center is McLeish. Fake the toss. Sweep to the outside. He's got a first down and more. And they fake the run to LaPlante. And they go right up the middle with Schmitz. And a first down is picked up for the Warriors. Great play call there. Gets right to the outside. Everyone's looking at LaPlante. You think that's where they go, and they fake a little toss. And from there, Schmitz gets all the way upfield, picks up a first down. Probably going to see the last play of the half right here. We're down to 22, 21, and 20 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. We're going to see if they even call a play with the play clock. I don't think they have to. And it looks like they're going to let it run down all the way. At the end of the 3rd, King Phillip takes a big lead against Marshfield. A 3-touchdown lead, 35-14 is your score in favor of KP. And we'll be back for the 4th quarter coverage here on Marshfield Community Media.
MCM coverage of MHS Sports is proudly presented by our silver sponsor, McNamara Financial. When it comes to your money and your financial affairs, let the McNamara family help you. There are 4 certified financial planner practitioners at McNamara Financial Services. For more information, call 781-834-2010 or visit us at McNamaraFinancial.com.
Welcome back to Gillette Stadium. The Division II Championship is in the final quarter of play. The Warriors of King Phillip have a 35-14 lead versus the Marshfield Rams. And KP is really starting to put together a drive right now. It's been all on the legs of LaPlante. And Schmitz got a little jet sweep to the outside to pick up a first down. And King Phillip really trying to do a good job of managing this clock right now. You're up by 3 touchdowns. The only way Marshfield really gets into this game is mistakes. Any side of the ball, any fumbles, interceptions, special teams errors with the onside kick. Feels like that's the only way Marshfield can get back into this game right now in the final quarter of action. And we are still waiting a little bit here to get underway. King Phillip again looking for their first Super Bowl win since 2017. They've lost to those good CM teams throughout the year, past couple of years. 21, the highest points that have been scored against KP this year. Defense really showing out. 1st and 10, they're going to go with the fullback up the middle, still pushing forward for a couple of yards. Bringing up a 2nd down. Mentioned earlier in the broadcast that this defense for King Phillip has only averaged 6 points a game given up. So if you're Marshfield, you've already broken that, but you still got to keep moving. If you're this defense, you got to get turnovers. They've got that one fumble, they got it right back. And King Phillip, you got to tip the cap to them. They're playing a perfect ball game right now. Great control of run and pass. McLeish has unleashed his arm when he has to, and no pun intended there, but it's been a great flex between run and pass for the Warriors. 2nd down and 6. McLeish under center once again. I formation, 1 receiver at the top of your screen. Whistles are being blown. And we'll see what the call is. And another penalty on the lineman of the Rams. This time on defense, they jump off sides. Bring up a 2nd down and short now for the Warriors. So now it's a 2nd down and 2 from the 25-yard line. McLeish is going to huddle up with his guys once again, get a play call. 10:52 and counting here in the ball game left, and King Phillip doing a great job of taking clock right now. 2nd down and 2, I formation, handoff to the fullback once again up the middle. He's got 1st down yardage, and King Phillip is going to convert on a 2nd and short off a penalty from the Rams, pick up a 1st down, and more importantly for them, keep that clock moving. Marshfield fans, seeing on the scoreboard, still very into it. I can't say about how much this stadium here at Gillette is amazing here in Foxborough. The new scoreboard, which only have seen online, looks fantastic here. It takes up way more room than you would think. So a big thank you to the whole staff at Gillette letting MCM take a booth. 1st down and 10 for the Warriors. I formation, McLeish under center. Take the snap, handoff right up the middle once again. Keeps his feet turning and gonna pick up about 4 or 5 on that, bring up 2nd down. Looks like King Phillip has really found the formula. Their bigger guys get going up the middle. They've been running a lot of those fullback dives. Just push forward, keep clock moving, and they've succeeded at it so far. 9:35 remaining in the ball game. Rams down by 3 touchdowns, and the Warriors really starting to take a jump here on these plays right up the middle. They're getting way more than you would like if you're a Marshfield Rams fan. So 2nd down and 6, I formation once again. McLeish takes the snap, hand off to LaPlante up the middle, and he's stuffed by the Rams defensive line. Only about a yard pickup. And the Rams really trying to hang around in this one. You need a stop here. This has to be the 3rd down where you get the ball back under 9 minutes remaining and try and put some magic together. LaPlante is going to come up. King is going to come back in. Clock still running. Down to 8:36 right now. 3rd down and 4 for the Warriors. This is Marshfield's best chance to try and get back into this game. I formation, McLeish under center. He's going to take the snap, hand off to King up the middle. King splits the defense, and he's going to run in for another King Phillip touchdown. His 2nd of the day, and when you needed a stop for the Rams, LaPlante isn't even in the game. King does it himself, breaks tackles right up the middle, and King Phillip extends their lead. And what a run by Talent King right up the middle. Let him know how many touchdowns he's got. Extra point being attempted for the Warriors. Snap is down. Kick is through the uprights and is good. 8:18 remaining in the Division II State Championship. King Phillip leads Marshfield 42-14, and we'll be back for the final 8 minutes and change of coverage here on Marshfield Community Media.
MCM coverage of MHS Sports is proudly presented by our silver sponsor, McNamara Financial. When it comes to your money and your financial affairs, let the McNamara family help you. There are 4 certified financial planner practitioners at McNamara Financial Services. For more information, call 781-834-2010 or visit us at McNamaraFinancial.com.
Welcome back to Gillette Stadium here in Foxborough, Massachusetts. The Rams trail the Warriors 42-14. Warriors getting ready to kick this one back off. It's going to be fielded by Charlie Carroll. They fake the reverse to Giovanni Joseph. Carroll gets upfield, past the 25. Carroll has space. He's up the 50. He gets a block. Carroll to the 30. One man to beat, and he gets him at the legs. But a great return by Charlie Carroll. And Marshfield, with a spark trying to get back into this game, they're going to pick up a first down at great field position off the kick return by Charlie Carroll. He scored once by doing that this year already. Makes a great cut, gets some great blocks. And Marshfield trying to punch in another touchdown, not going to go away. A Chris Aruka-led team never does, still going to hang around in this one. 8:04 remaining, Carroll was just an extra step away from being able to break that one loose. They just got him at the ankles, got him down. And Charlie Carroll at one point had the 4th fastest peak acceleration in the nation. Definitely a fast guy. 1st and 10, they're going to hand it off to Couples to the right side. Couples tries to bounce it up, get upfield, and it's going to be hit by a whole bunch of Warriors. Bring up a 2nd down for the Rams. I think Crowley just threw his shoe. I'm not sure what that is that's on the field, but it was tossed away. Little mind games for the Rams. 2nd down and 10. Couples got nothing on the gain. Going back and forth in motion, play action. Moss looking to throw. He's going to throw to the end zone. Oh, just off the hands of a King Phillip receiver. Almost picked off. Intended for Brady Crowley. Falls incomplete. Bring a 3rd down and 10 for the Rams. Again, another good play call by Marshall. Just unable to get that one over the defender of King Phillip. That was Nicastro on the coverage. Just able to get a hand on it on the big Brady Crowley. 3rd and 10. They're going to go up the middle with True. And True is going to pick up a couple of yards, bring up a 4th down for the Rams, who need to convert here. Clock is still running. 7:15 remaining in the 4th quarter. As the Rams look to the sideline for a play. Bergameska, Carroll, and Couples out there as the wide receivers. 4th down and 6. Couples in motion to the right. They're going to take the snap, look to throw to Couples over the middle, just off his hands in the end zone. Incomplete, and the Rams are going to turn the ball over once again. Turnover on downs. And with 6:53 remaining, KP will take back over on offense. And this was a good ball from Moss, just can't quite get it to Couples. Coverage was great there for KP. Giaccassini on the coverage. And King Phillip at this point in the game, 6:53, just needs to burn down clock. We mentioned that the mistakes from KP are going to be what gets Marshfield back into this game if they were to get back into it. And the offsides have killed them. The kick return was a great start to try and get back in. Unable to move the chains. 1st down and 10 for the Warriors, 6:53 remaining. Handed off up the middle. Running for a couple yards. Still on his feet. Still not down. Whistle still not being blown. And a big pickup there. The running back. Gonna bring up a 2nd down and short. That one was King on the carry. 2nd down. Looks like it's gonna be a About one here for the Warriors. Rams really need a stop if there was a time to get it. It'd be right now. A Rams team who has forced a bunch of turnovers all year. 11 interceptions, 7 forced fumbles, unable to get that many today. Only 1 forced fumble they gave right back. Handoff to, once again, King up the middle, lowers his shoulder, and he has first down yardage and more. That was Astorino correction, so they're really switching up backs here. In the King Phillip unit, under 6 minutes remaining in the game. First down picked up by the Warriors. They're really just trying to kill clock here, get as many yards as you can on the run. I doubt we see KP probably throw the ball again with McLeish's arm today by a sizable amount. 5:30 remaining, I formation. McLeish is going to hand this ball off up the middle. Big hit by the Rams, but clock is still going to tick, about a 2 or 3 yard gain. That was Canto Osorio for the Warriors, mixing a lot of RBs in here right now. Trying to keep everyone fresh, finish out this game, because a lot of runs are going to happen for King Phillip to take down this clock. Second down and 7 for the Warriors. McLeish is under center. Take the snap, handoff up the middle once again, bounces it outside to the left, gets upfield and runs out of bounds. First down picked up by King Phillip. That was LaPlante on the carry once again. Having a monster game today so far. Right up there with Silveria and Holland, King, all having great games. And another first down picked up for the Warriors. 4:42 remaining. Warriors are trying to burn the rest of this clock. Marshfield trying to get the ball back and see if they can make any magic happen. First down and 10, I formation once again. McLeish under center. Takes the snap, hands it off to the back, up the middle, makes a couple cuts, finds some daylight. Pick up about 4 there for the back, bring up second down. That was Astorino once again on the carry. And he's going to come out of the game. New back is going to come in. 4:18 remaining. Clock is still ticking. Second down and 6 for the Warriors. I formation once again. McLeish under center. Take the snap. Handoff up the middle. Still breaking tackles. Still on his feet. Cross the 40. And a first down is picked up. LaPlante once again on the ground. First down. And we're under 4 minutes remaining. Couple of subs being made for the Rams. You got a little sense of what's inevitable to come here. Berrigan miracle. First down and 10 for the Warriors. I formation once again. McLeish, handoff to the back, up the middle. Keeps his leg moving, going to pick up about 2. I think he fell forward, so they're going to give him an extra yard, 3. And 3:15 remaining in the game. McLeish will huddle up once again. Under 3 minutes remaining in the game. 42-14 your score. Warriors have had a dominant second half versus the Rams. 2 touchdowns scored in that third quarter, and I've just been pouring it on ever since. Second down and 7. They're going to run, and back couldn't quite get his feet underneath that one. Bring up a third down. That was Canto Osorio on the carry. So, looks like he fell for about a yard. Going to be 3rd down and 6 is what we're told the official spot is. 2:17, 16, 15 remaining as it continues to clock down. McLeish in the I form once again. Take the snap, pitch it to his back, tries to get upfield. Great tackle made by the Marshfield defense. Got us up on that one. That was Leach who came up to make the tackle. Bring up a 4th down for the Warriors, who are probably going to go for this one. Again, just try and burn more clock. Maybe wait it all the way out until they have to call a timeout and then punt deep. I think in high school this is probably too far to try a field goal, so they're probably not going to do that. Fourth down and 6 for the Warriors. We're going to go in the I formation once again. All the way down to 1:12. Handoff up the middle, and the Rams are going to get the stop with 1:08 seconds remaining, and they're going to get back on offense. See what they can do here in the final 1:08 seconds of action. Boney on the tackle for the Rams. And with 1:08 seconds, Marshfield's going to try and put together another drive. First down and 10, 2 receivers to the right of Moss. He's going to take the snap, hand it off to True. True bounces one to the left outside and is going to run out of bounds. After a pickup of about 4, bring up a 2nd down and 6 for the Rams. Clock's down to 1:03. And the Rams are going to see if they can at least move the chains one more time. They punch one into the end zone here at Gillette Stadium. Second down. Moss, receiver back and forth in motion. They're going to hand it off to True up the middle. True, a minimal gain on that. Bring up 3rd down. Clock down to 45. Still going to run. Marshfield looking for another play. Even receiver set, Crowley being one of them. Couples in motion. Moss is going to take the snap, look to throw. Throws this one to Carroll, who makes the catch but is wrapped up before that 1st down marker. Time is going to wind down here. A 4th down for Marshfield. They're going to try and get another play off. Down to 18. Down to 15. Moss. 3 receivers to the left. He's going to take the snap. Moss looking to throw. He's going to throw to Crowley, wide open past the 50. And a 1st down. No, incomplete. Crowley unable to hold on to the ball. Knocked out at that last second, and King Phillip is going to take over on offense. They're going to take a knee on this one. Oh, okay, a little bit of a correction on this one. So they say Crowley was just tackled short. Thought they ruled it incomplete. But the clock is going to run all the way down. And for the first time since 2017, King Phillip Regional High School Warriors are your Division II Massachusetts State champions. Big shout out to King Phillip. They played a great game, stayed undefeated all year. Everyone at KP gave them their best game all year. And for the Marshfield Rams, can't say how proud I am of this team making it this far. A lot of people didn't even think they were going to make it this far. I want to give a quick shout out to all the seniors for Marshfield who played their last game here in Gillette Stadium. Nate Russell, Nick Couples, Reed Bergameska, Tommy Kelly, Anthony Marangello, Nick Fallon, Jaden Silva, Brady Boney, Justin Lemire, John McAlpine, Quinn Reckless, Dom Devitt, Liam Palmer, Dan McTiernan, and Griffin Burrow. You guys had a phenomenal season, and every Marshfield Rams fan should hold their heads high. This was also most likely my last game being called here at Marshfield Community Media. So I want to thank the whole staff here very much for giving me this opportunity to be able to call the games for you, live or not. I've enjoyed every single second here of being able to be on your phone, your TV screen, wherever you may have been watching the game. We thank you very much. Final score here from Gillette Stadium, 42-14. King Phillip wins it. I'm Will Nicholson, Sean Leary on the camera, Yvonne Osborne on the other one. Thank you very much, Marshfield. And I'll always remember doing this.
MCM coverage of MHS Sports is proudly presented by our silver sponsor, McNamara Financial. When it comes to your money and your financial affairs, let the McNamara family help you. There are 4 certified financial planner practitioners at McNamara Financial Services. For more information, call 781-834-2010 or visit us at McNamaraFinancial.com.